Hi guys, how you all doing today? How are you all doing today? So today I want to discuss with us about why marriages fail. So a friend of mine, we were talking early this week, and we've been hearing a whole lot of stories about divorce here and there, blah blah blah. Celebrities divorcing. So he just asked the question. He said, Valerie, what is really happening to marriages? Why do marriages fail? And the response I gave to him, and he was like, that's not the response he wants to hear. But the truth is, that response is actually one of the reasons why marriages fail a whole lot. Why marriages fail a whole lot. Now, I'm not saying that those people that still keeps their marriage till today that they are super or that they know how to do it or they are great. No, they don't. It is only the grace of God that has been keeping them and is still keeping them. And I'm not saying those that have actually been separated, they are stupid or they don't know what you're doing or they were never in love or what they call love. So I'm not saying any of that. But this the point I want to share with us today. They are one of the majority reasons. Like when you sit back deeply to think about it, you realize that all of these things are missing in that marriage or in that relationship. And at the end of the day, they were able to put up for so long, and at the end of the day, they got to their limit and could not put up any longer, and that marriage or relationship failed. So the number one reason is that you do not love yourself enough. As an individual, I've actually sat down back. I've thought about this over and over again. Like, okay, why would some people just decide that, okay, they want somebody else to complete them? So many of us clamor day in, day out that we want somebody to complete us. We want to be happy. You're going to be happy when you're with somebody. You attach your happiness to somebody else. You attach your growth to somebody else. You attach a whole lot of things to another individual. You do not love yourself genuinely. You've not found what gives you peace genuinely. You've not discovered yourself deeply. You've not sat down to be happy with yourself. So you do not love yourself genuinely. So go outside to look for somebody else that is going to complete you, or that is going to love you, or that is going to, you think that is going to complete you. But the sad truth is this: nobody completes you, they only complement you. No spouse completes you, they only complement you. You know, when God said two is better than one, when He said two is better than one, when He said two is better than one, it simply means that when you as a person you're chasing 1,000, coming together as a force that is complementing you, you can actually go for 10,000. Because two heads are more better than one. Not that one particular head cannot succeed or you cannot make it or you cannot do something glorious, but it just means that that person is out there to do what? To complement you. So you see, you need to be happy all by yourself. You need to learn to prioritize yourself. You need to learn to treat yourself. You need to learn to love yourself genuinely before you start seeking love from another person. And the truth is this: you cannot give what you don't have. So if you don't love yourself genuinely, how else do you want to love another person's child? If the other person also coming does not love himself or herself genuinely, how do they want to give you that same love? So you can see why I said number one reason is that we do not love ourselves genuinely. I've been posting, I know I've had a lot of write up on loving yourself genuinely, love yourself to the fullest, prioritize yourself. And I've had lots of private backlash concerning those posts. And I'm not going to stop saying the truth. I am not going to stop saying it because it is something that I have experienced personally. It is something that I have actually counseled a whole lot of people on. And I realize that self-love is very, very, very important. Self-love is very, very important. And I'm not going to stop talking about it no matter the critics I get from people outside, because the truth is, if you don't love yourself enough, it's very impossible or almost impossible for you to give love to somebody else. It is almost impossible to give love to somebody else. If you keep looking for somebody else to compliment you all the time, you would always end up frustrated. You would always end up frustrated. Now, I'm not speaking based on maybe, oh, she read one book and she said this, or she has attended seminars. No, This is purely based on experience from myself and from other people. Yes, a whole lot of people that I've spoken to. If you keep looking for love outside, if you keep looking for somebody else to, give you that love that you feel you lack within you, you will end up finding love in the wrong place. And at the end of the day, you now begin to join with somebody that is not that will not complement you in every aspect. You keep up with that person, you get to your limit, and at the end of the day, you guys get divorced. That is it. So number two, guys, number two is lack of love for self, for each other rather. Lack of love for each other. So many people get married not because they love themselves. Yes, I will say that with my full chest. So many people get married not because they love themselves. They get married with the idea of marriage. Oh, my friend is getting married. I also want to get married. My ring is going to be diamond ring, big stone diamond ring. Oh, my wedding gown is going to be puffed up. My wedding gown is going to look like hair. You start bringing all the celebrities' wedding gown that you've seen online and all of that. You just love the idea of marriage. You don't love that person you're getting married to. So majority of the time, you end up with somebody you don't want to end up with because you feel that that is the only option you have. You feel that that is the only way for you to stay married. Desperation, lack of love for each other, just loving the idea of that marriage itself and just entering it without even weighing the pros and the cons. I've heard somebody say that, oh, my friend has gotten married. The second, there are three in number that works together, and they says the first one has gotten married. Everybody thought he was the one that's going to get married next. The second person has gotten married, and now is the one left. It took me time to actually realize that this person did not get married because he actually loved his partner. He got married to the idea of marriage, the expectation that he felt people were expecting from him. Oh, at this age, you should have gotten married now. So he just wanted to be with the next available lady, thinking it was love. It was much later that you realize, or it's much later you realize that this was never love, or there was never love in this thing. So a whole lot of us, a whole lot of you out there get married with the idea of marriage, not because you love each other. Yes, you might feel you love each other because when you see this person, there's butterflies. When you see this person, you guys go out together. You eat shawarma together, you eat pizza together. You come back home, you gist. After you gist, you do whatever you want to do, and you feel that that is all that there is to marriage. In fact, when somebody came to my inbox and kept on asking me, why do men lie? Why do men cheat? Why do men do this? Why do men do that? If a man is lying to you and you're already seeing signs that he's lying to you, and it's not that you are loving the idea of marriage or being married to that person, you're supposed to move back, take a step back. There is nothing harmful there. It's an harmless act. Some people have come to me, privately lashing me like, okay, I like to tell people to leave. When it's not serving you, leave. When it's not this, leave. When it's not that, leave. I don't know. I don't know where they get the idea from because I know I speak practically about loving yourself, discovering yourself. So I don't know where people are actually getting the idea of me saying you should leave, you should leave, you should leave, you should leave. So you should leave. So, guys, but I will still say my own. Whether you come and abuse me in the comments, whether you come and abuse me outside or not, I will still say my own at the end of the day. Sometimes you love the idea of that marriage or being married to that person that you don't even love that person himself, but you just love the idea of having a wedding band on your hand. You love the idea of having a photo album of wedding, everybody snapping with you, that you forget the important thing that you're supposed to pursue. And at the end of the day, when both of you are together in the house, you realize that this person is just the opposite of you. It doesn't even love what you love. It doesn't think the way you think. he doesn't agree with whatever you do, you are on the scale, he's on the scale, or you're on the scale, she's on the scale, and it's stressing you out. You tried your best to stay in marriage for 3 years, 4 years, and the fifth year you cannot take it any longer, and you break up. Some of you will even stay to 20 years, 12 years because of the children, and because you can't take it any longer, because you can't move any longer, you break it off. The idea of marriage. Not so. The third point I'm going to be sharing today is lack of mentor. Lack of having a mentor and somebody you're accountable to. The moment you're getting married to somebody and the person does not have who they answer to or who they are accountable to, run. Japa. Yes, as you used to say, I tell people that they should japa, japa. Because at the end of the day, there is nobody you can actually report this person to. I'm not saying that in marriage you're supposed to be reporting up and down. I'm not saying you should always say your spouse's weakness every now and then. No, that's not what I'm saying. So listen and watch this video to the very end. That is not what I'm passing across. You understand? But it is very, very important. It is very, very important for your partner, you and your partner to have somebody that you look up to, that you can listen to, that when you're doing something wrong, they can easily talk to you. It's always very good to have a role model, that is successful in marriage also. And you look up to their marriage and say, okay, this marriage, I love this type of marriage. This is the kind of marriage I want for myself. And I'm going to build this for my family. And the person guides you through it. Do you understand? And the person guides you through it. And maybe your wife is frustrated or your husband is frustrated, and okay, who's the next available person this person can actually listen to aside me? And you go talk to this person. Oh wow, Mr. David, my wife, I need my wife to do this. Please, can you help me talk to them? And they listen. But the moment your husband does not have, or your husband to be rather, does not have somebody that they're accountable to, a mentor, run. A moment your wife does not have somebody they can talk to or they can listen to or a mentor, run. Take a step back. Be certain that this is what you want. Be certain that this is what you want. This while I was still a teenager then, well grown up, there was this issue that happened in church that time. So everybody was talking to me. Amaka, please do this one. Amaka, please do that. Valerie, this. The people that knew my native name called me. People that knew my English name called me. Somebody now said something. That said, why are you sweating? There's one person Amaka will listen to. There's one person she will listen to. So they went to go and call that person. That person just came. Amaka, I heard that they wanted you to do this, blah, 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 blah. I said, I'm not interested. The person was like, I want you to do it. As if they pour cold water on my body. I just said, okay, I've heard you, I'll do it. You know? And everybody was like, hey, I told you, this is the only person that can talk to Amaka, and she's going to listen, and he's going to do this. So when the person spoke to me, the person was like an elder brother to me. I just like, okay, sir, I'm going to do it, no wahala. And I did it. When I was done doing it, I was like, okay, is that all? Are we done? Although what I was actually saying will happen actually happened. It eventually happened. And that senior brother of mine came and was like, okay, sorry, yes, he didn't see the advantage to this thing, but at least he was glad that I listened to him. That is what they call respect. Somebody that you can look up to and say, yes, this person is going to talk to you and you can listen. What if there was nobody that could talk to me? They will see me as an arrogant child. They will see me as a stubborn child. They will see me as somebody that, oh, this person does not listen to correction and all. So it's the same thing with anybody that you're going to get married to at the end of the day. They have to be accountable to somebody. I was going to do something recently and the person said, okay, why don't I want to do it? I said, because I'm accountable to myself and to God. And I have a spiritual father that I'm accountable to. I must not do what I'm doing. And that's was like, I beg, I beg, I beg. It's not what you say that. And I said, no. Yes, it might not be there to see that, okay, Amaka is lying. But at the end of the day, the overseer of everything, which is God, knows that I'm lying. Even me, myself, that I'm lying, I know I'm lying. So I told him I'm accountable to 3 people. Myself, God, and my spiritual father. And he was like, okay, I've heard you, I've heard you, I've heard you, do your thing. So you have to do what? You have to be accountable to somebody. You have to have a mentor you look up to. You have to have somebody that can talk to you once and you listen. You have to have somebody that can guide you through the journey of marriage and making that marriage a godly marriage. Now, I'm not asking you to look up to those that are not married for so long and are not enjoying marriage, Just don't look up to those that are just having enjoying the idea of marriage alone. No, that understands the rudiment of marriage. Those are the ones that you should have as an accountability partner or person, or as a role model or as a mentor. You understand? So the last point I'm going to share with us today is make God the center of a relationship, and that is what I shared with that my friend that asked me, what is really wrong with marriages lately? And that's the truth. God is the one that instituted marriage. He is the one that instituted marriage. He was the one that looked at Adam and said, it's not good for my son to be alone. Let me make him an helpmeet. Adam did not go and meet God and say, God, oh, I want an helpmeet. Oh. He just looked at Adam and say, yeah, no, Adam desires or needs an helpmeet. And he gave Adam his need. And when Adam saw Eve, he said, no, this is the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh. And he called that woman because she was taken out of the man. So the institutor of marriage has to be in your marriage. He has to be the center of that marriage for that marriage to work. I don't want to know. I don't have any two ways about this. I don't know any mago. This point I'm giving is a legit point. This fourth point is a legit point. When I know the person was like, I beg, everybody were too religious, were too spiritual in this world, were too this. But that is the truth. There is somebody says, I will still talk about, maybe in my next video, I'm going to talk about love. We used to mistake so many things like, okay, love does not keep a marriage. Now, what does love mean to you? That's the question you should ask yourself, because the institutor of marriage said he is love. So if he is love and you have him, definitely you exhibit love. Don't you think so? And that love will make you want to stay committed. That love will make you want to stay disciplined. That love will make you want to do some things that you wouldn't naturally find yourself doing. That love will make you sacrifice a whole lot. So you see, the institutor of marriage has to be the center of the marriage. He has to be the one to lay the foundation of the marriage. So I don't know any two ways about that anymore. I don't know what you want to do or how you want to go about it. This 4 point I've listed and this last one, hold on to it very tightly. Don't eat with it. Make God the center of your marriage, of that relationship before it even turns to marriage, of that relationship. Because it is only God that can make that marriage smooth. Now, He didn't promise that the road is going to be smooth forever. There won't be fires on the road. There won't be rivers of water to stumble and to trouble you. He didn't say that. Even the Bible made it clear. The only thing He said was, I was going to give you the grace, to walk through that fire. It's going to give you the grace to, walk through all of those challenges. So that marriage does not necessarily mean that you won't pass through challenges at the altar, but it will make the both of you come out strong at the end of the day because you've made Him the center of the marriage. It will make the both of you come out strong. When you want to leave and this one wants to fight and say no, it will make one person calm down and the other person, Yesterday, I was still settling a fight between a man and a woman, and he said, "Look at the way she's talking to him. If he was not calm, if his head was not calm." And I just made a statement. I said, "Both of you, your head cannot be boiling at the same time, because you have somebody that you're answering to." And he was like, you shall always know what to say. You shall always know what to do." And I'm like, that is what it is. When you make God the center of your marriage or the center of any relationship, you realize that you have an higher calling. You have somebody that you have to be, that you're vulnerable to. You have somebody that you answer to all the time. You realize that you have somebody that you have to answer to. So if this person is hot, you'll be cold. If this person is cold, you'll be hot, And at the end of the day, both of you now realize that, okay, come, let us be cool together. Let's calm down together. Let's apologize to each other. Even when you're wrong and you're not wrong, you still want to apologize. Like, okay, that's what love makes you do. Because you have the person that is love himself. You have love inside of you already. God is love, so you have him inside of you. The love we exhibit in the marriage because you have that person, that love in the marriage. So what does love really mean to you? Now, that's not what we're discussing because I think I'm already deviating. That's not what we're discussing. But the question still remains, what does love really mean to you? what love means to you will help you determine the type of love you're giving in marriage. Because there was a time we discussed love is not enough in marriage. And I realized that people love for different reasons. But the moment we realize that that is not the type of love God wants us to exhibit with our spouse, we understand. That is the only time we understand that love actually can keep a marriage. So, what does love mean to you? What do you think love is? What do you call love? What exactly do you think love is? So in my next video, I think I'll be able to I'll shed more light on what love is and how best love keeps marriage. Because of let us trash out this issue of love keeps marriage or love does. Maybe I should do a live video, or maybe I'm going to do a pre-recorded video for us to watch. Then people will be able to like send in their comments and all for me to know what they really think love is and why they feel love cannot keep marriages. But for today's video, which is major reasons why marriages crash, there are a whole lot of reasons, but these 4 points are the major reasons. These 4 points I just listed, which is lack of love for self, lack of love for each other, lack of mentor or having a mentor in your life or in your marriage, and lack of making God, not making God the center of your relationship. Those 4 points are the most important points that is missing when a marriage fails. Yes. Sometimes you can love yourself and your part, and you guys are not loving each other. And what did they say about not loving each other? You can actually be loving your spouse and your spouse is not loving you. A marriage is a two-way thing. It's not a one-way ticket. One person cannot be doing the whole work and the other person is just useless around. If the other person is not putting in the effort, the marriage is bound to crash. So that is just this number two. So you could actually love yourself, and this number two becomes a problem. You could actually love yourself, and this number two becomes a problem. And you can love yourself, love each other. As I said earlier, there are different kind of love. You can love each other, and not have somebody that you are accountable to. You don't have a mentor that you look up to. And when there is a little issue, one person here in this second point tends to get tired because you're not listening, because they feel you're not listening. And that is where you see marriages take time, takes time. You can see the way my hand is going up, it takes 12 years, 15 years before it now comes back down. Because they feel they've been talking, 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 and they are not being heard. Because you don't have somebody that you're accountable to. You don't have a mentor you look up to. And now you can love yourself. You can decide to love your spouse according to whatever love means to you, And you can have somebody that you just say, okay, I look up to this person, but I don't necessarily need to emulate what this person do or listen to what this person do. And God is not the center of that marriage. Now, this is the ultimate. The moment He's not the center of this marriage, there is no way this number two. This is number two. There's no way this number two is going to work out because you will not really understand what love really means because you lack this one, which is God. You will not understand what love really means. You just love the idea of being together. So you see, all of these things work hand in hand together. So guys, I hope you got value from this video I made. Oh my god, I think the video is already very long. So guys, I hope you got value from this video I made today. And please, if you did, please hit the subscribe button, and also do not forget to share this video to somebody else that needs it outside. It's not only you that wants to get this video. Share to somebody that needs it, and also hit the like button, please guys. And also say something in the comment section. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me hear your own point as to what you feel love is and why marriages fail nowadays. So until I come here next time, my name remains Valeria Makanwaji. Have a great day, guys. I love you. Bye bye. God bless you.